comic book fans, and welcome to another SundayComics.com video. And a couple of weeks ago I did a video where I cleaned up a Alan Class comic, and one of my viewers asked me if I would go through and show the process and also comment on any materials that I use and where I got them from. So I got this comic here, Amazing Stories of Suspense 104, in a lot of 24 comics that I paid £48 for, so £2 a comics. This comic cost me £2, and as you can see, it's dirty. You can see the dirt here. And it's also quite creased down the edges. See how dirty it is. Actually, I've already given this one going over with Immaculate, and you can see here on this cosmetics pad how much dirt has already come off this. So I will put a link below to where you can get Immaculate from. I'm afraid you have to get it from one place because only one person makes it, and that is Rick Morgan, the comic book guy, and he will send you it from the States in concentrated format. So I will put a link to the Immaculate website where this is sold. So he does send you this bottle and you dilute down with distilled water. But back to the comic. So you can see this comic, its spine is, let's have a look, it's not the best. It's got some wear, but it is holding together, so I think it will survive the process of soaking, which is what I'm going to do with it. If we have a look at the internals of this comic, you can see, again, you can see the inside back cover. It's dirty. You know, it's pretty grimy. This comic reprints Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 14 and number 13. And you can see the inside pages are quite browned. There's quite a lot of pages here that have suffered from being turned over. I've tried to straighten them out manually. It will be interesting to see if my water soaking process helps get rid of this turned up pages. We will see. So it's a nice comic, and it would be great to, you know, get it into a better state and preserve it for future generations. So we got really nice black and white artwork in here, and there we go, Nick Fury. Oh, then we've got a thing called the Wandering Wagons. Don't know much about them. The Red World. Yeah. Here we go. And this is, and you can see here how browned this is at the edges. But it's a day, Nick Fury, a day in the life. Right. Let's have a look at the back cover. And again, you can see how dirty and grimy this is. There's a crack on the cover here. That obviously won't go away, but we can probably straighten out that slight roll on the cover. Right, so here we are. That's the before pictures of this, and as we go through, I will explain each part of the process and what materials I'm using and where I got them from. Enough said. Okay, so here we have the first part of the process. So I have got a plastic storage box that you can get from any sort of, sometimes you can get them from supermarkets, you can get it from DIY stores, home base, places like that. I've just popped the comic inside it, and I am literally just going to run cold water gently into the water bath. And you can all gasp in horror as you see a grown man soaking a comic in water. So literally just using slightly warm water, so not boiling hot, not cold, and this comic is just going to sit soaking up the water I'm going to leave it overnight, so it's going to have a good 12 plus hours just taking in the water, and hopefully the water will, as it did with the last comic I did this with, the comic will begin to lose some of its dirt, some of its browning, and it'll literally just soak out into the water. I'm not adding anything to this water. It's just plain water out of the tap, so it's Essex water, if you want me to be more specific. There we go, and I'm just going to leave that. Just gently press it so that it submerges. It will submerge eventually as it gets more filled with water. The inside pages will eventually suck in, because they're not sized, so they will suck in the water and become completely soaked. Okay, while I'm here, I will show you another device that I use for cleaning my comics. I won't be using it in this process because it's a steamer. So I do use this to, and again, where did I get this? I just went onto Amazon, and this is a device that people use for steaming their curtains to sort of decrease them. I use it for humidifying my comics before I put them in my hot press. So you just switch it on there, and steam comes out, and I place my comic on tea towel and spray it with the steam when it comes out. And as I said, you know, the make of this one is, I've had it for coming up for 6-7 months now. It's been great. Really nice little device. It just takes a minute or so to warm up, and then there we go. You can see, I think you can probably see some steam coming out of that. And I just steam my comics, which humidifies them and makes the wood fibres more pliable and more and ready for pressing. So there we go, stage 1 done. Comic in water bath.